morning everyone. Today I am Scholar P. Kakadiya, student of class 7th of Arabhat International School Barnala. So today I am here to do my SST activity based on the topic the Delhi Sultanate. So let's start our activity. The Delhi Sultanate was an Islamic empire in Delhi that stretched over the large part of the South Asia for 320 years. There were 5 major dynasties that were successful in the northeastern Asia during the region of the Delhi Sultanate. These dynasties were the Mamluk dynasty, the Khilji dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty, the Sayyid dynasty and the Lodi dynasty. Now let us learn about these dynasties one by one in detail. The Turkish rulers heavily depend on the specially chosen slaves that work on both military and intellectual fields. So the Mamluk dynasty was established by Qutbuddin Aibak. So the meaning of Mamluk is slave in Arabic. So from the word slave, this dynasty got the name Mamluk dynasty. Now I will tell you about the Qutbuddin Aibak. So Qutbuddin Aibak was originally native from Turkestan. He was the general of Muhammad Ghori. He was the prime force behind Ghori's victory in the second battle of Tarim. Aibak captured Bihar, Bengal and Kannauj. After Ghori's death, Aibak had maintained all his property and became the first Sultan. Qutbuddin Aibak built Qawat-ul-Ilsam and Dhai Din Ka Jhopda. He also started work on the Qutub Minar but he didn't complete it. He died accidentally playing polo in 2010 CE. The son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak was Iltutmish. He took the throne over amidst great opposition in 2010 CE. Iltutmish had faces many challenges. He crushed the revolt of nobles. He defeated Yaldaws and occupied Lahore and Punjab. He defeated Kabacha, the governor of Sindh. He took Bengal and Bihar under his control. He subdued the Rajput chief of Ranthambore, Gwalior and Ajmer. While he was trying to consolidate his empire, the Mongols, under the rule of Genghis Khan, had begun to appear on the borders of India. The Mongols were the tribes from Central Asia. Iltutmish built a line on the force of Ravi River to prevent the entry of Mongols in India. But the Mongols continued their attacks and they got the rule in the western Punjab. Several scholars from India fleeing from the onslaught of the Mongols. They received after the death of Iltutmish, the Razia Sultana had took over the throne of the Delhi. The Razia Sultana was the daughter of Iltutmish. Razia Sultana was, according to the historian Siraj, a great monarch, wise and generous. Razia was the first and last woman who had sat on the throne of Delhi. Razia has faced many challenges. The tough challenges was she is a woman from the man's world. She also faced opposition from the group of 40. The refusal of the nobles to accept a woman as their ruler finally began to her downfall. Razia was followed by a period of instability. His brother Nasiruddin was put on the throne, but the real power lay in the hands of guardian Ghiyasuddin Balban. For 20 years, Ghiyasuddin Balban had managed his empire in the place of Nasiruddin. Balban declared himself the Sultan of Delhi. After Nasiru's death in 1266, Balban was a stern man who believed in ruling with iron and blood. He effectively protected the attacks that get by Mongols. In 1241 CE, the Mongols attacked Lahore. Balban held the Mongols away from the clever mix of force and diplomacy. He built a chain of fortresses to strengthen the northwestern frontiers. Balban died in 1287 CE and the dynasty was succeeded by his grandson. On his death, the kingdom weakened and leads to the collapse of the Mamluk dynasty. Then the new dynasty came to the power. That grandson was put on the death by a official Khalji tribe that was Firoz Shah. The Khaljis were Afghan origin. Firoz Shah took the name of Jalaluddin Khalji on ascending the throne. He was almost 70 years old by then. His most important event while he was ruling was the attacks from Mongols, which repulsed by Jalaluddin. He was killed by Alauddin Khalji, who was the next ruler of the Khalji. In 14th century, the African traveler Ibn Battuta held Alauddin Khalji to be deserved to be considered one of the best sultans. Alauddin Khalji's ambition was to conquer the world like Alexander the Great, but he didn't fulfill his wish. After Alauddin Khalji's death, his general Malik Kafur took over the throne of Delhi. Alauddin's minor son on the throne and tried to rule in his name, but they both were put to death. In 3020 CE, the last ruler, Khusro Khan, was killed by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, and the new dynasty came into power. That was the Tughlaq dynasty, ruled from 1320 CE to 1413 CE. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, the founder of this dynasty, was followed by his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq, that was the famous ruler of this dynasty. Muhammad bin Tughlaq is known as a confused genius man in the history. He was a capable administrator and a good ruler and a good scholar. He was the man who thought ahead of the times. His plans and inventions were good, but carried out thoughtlessly in a hurry, which resulted in the failures. After this failure, he took 3 major projects by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The first project, in which he was failed in shifting his capital, he shifted his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. This is failed because of 2 reasons. Firstly, he ordered the entire population to shift his capital from Delhi to Devagiri or Daulatabad. This caused a great hardship to people to shift his capital. Then he got attacks from the northwestern frontiers from Mongols. Then, realizing his mistake, he ordered the entire population again to shift his capital from Daulatabad to Delhi. Then again, this caused a great hardship to people. To 1330 CE, the Sultan issued a new coinage system that were the coins that made of brass and copper, which were stamped with a value equal to that of silver and circulated. This plan was also failed in a disaster since there was no proper control to check. It resulted in widespread fraud. Muhammad bin Tughlaq finally withdrew the token currency and offered to exchange all the token coins for silver coins. Muhammad bin Tughlaq undertook an expedition to China and Warachil in the Kumaon and region of the Himalayas. It was another disaster. Ibn Battuta said whatever his Warachil expedition succeeded or not, it led to the death of all the soldiers excepting a few. All the plans were failed due to the lack of proper planning. This caused only the suffer to all his country and projects. And after the death of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq took over the throne of Delhi. He was succeeded by his son Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq did not have any capabilities like Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He was, however, a prolific leader. He is known today more for the outstanding mosques and the forts. After the Firoz Shah Tughlaq death, the new dynasty came to the power, that was the Sayyids. The Sayyid dynasty was the fourth dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate, with the four rulers ruling from 1414 to 1451 CE, founded by Khizr Khan, a former governor of Multan. The Tughlaq dynasty ruled the Sultanate until they displaced the Lodi dynasty was founded by Sikandar Lodi. He was the one of the better known rulers of the Lodi dynasty. Under him, the Delhi Sultanate was present-day Punjab to Bihar. He was an able administrator and encouraged trade and commerce. He shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. Ibrahim Lodi was the last ruler of this dynasty. He had been described as the arrogant man who treated the Afghan nobles with little respect. The nobles revolted and invited Babur, the king of Kabul, to help them overthrow Ibrahim Lodi. Babur killed Ibrahim Lodi in First Battle of Panipat